Hi everyone, Ariane here of AEM Health and Fitness. I thought to give you an update on our farm visit yesterday, so Tower Garden farm visit. So for those of you who wanted to join us but couldn't join us, I think this video will be very useful. We obviously had our monthly visit at the farm, Applegarth farm, with Will, who runs the beautiful farm there in Great Shot, that's in Guildford. We go there every month, so I think it's the first Friday or second Friday of every month. If you do want to join us, do let us know. We leave from Earls Court. We arrive there for 11 a.m. for the tour. We stay there for the tour and share some lunch together and go back to central London. So what we discussed mainly yesterday during the farm visit in a small group, it was really the perfect setup for asking all the questions for how to grow your fruits, vegetables and herbs with Tower Garden during winter. And if you are used to gardening outdoors, you'll know that there's not much happening during the cold season, so not much growth outdoors. But that's not the case with Tower Garden. So the vertical gardening with the tower. So you can easily bring it indoors, and with that comes a few recommendations, and this is what we covered yesterday: how to make a full use of your tower garden indoors, how to make sure that it's functioning well indoors and there is no interruption with tower garden vertical farming in winter indoors. So there's a couple of elements that you need to make sure of when you bring in your tower garden indoors. The first one is because it's going to be indoors, you need to make sure that it has enough light. And that's one element that we don't think about when the tower is outdoors, because for obvious reason you have the outdoors light. But when it comes indoors, even if it's close to a window, it's not direct light that it requires, so you will need the additional lights. So you can purchase lights from Tower Garden, from myself or another Tower Garden distributor. Or you can buy some other versions of the lights. It's entirely up to you. Make sure that it has enough light to grow as if it were outdoors. So as the lighting doesn't go on 24 hours, it follows a cycle as it would outdoors. It must have time to sleep in the dark, and that's something that I learned yesterday with Will. So thank you very much, Will. I'm learning as well as I go. So growing during the day is the growth, and then nighttime. I didn't understand all the scientific explanation, but the plants needs to sleep as well, so in the dark or no additional light. So we're talking about a dozen of hours of light. So that's for one, light. Then we talked about the air. So when you are growing outdoors, when you are growing the fresh air, there is natural ventilation, and obviously that's something you need to think about and make sure it's in ideal condition or the closest possible when you bring your tower garden indoors. So you might want to put a little fan um, next to your tower to make sure that the air circulates, because plants breathe, they do expel, and I'm not, again, once more, I'm not going to go in the science fiction. It is a bit science fiction for me. In the scientific details, and you don't need to know the details. All you need to know is there need to be sufficient ventilation. So you can simply add a fan on the ground facing upwards your tower. So make sure there is enough ventilation. So that's point number 2. Point number 3 is make sure that you check your water tank. For those of you who are new to Tower Garden, Tower Garden is a vertical farming, vertical growing, um, up to 32 plants on this amazing tower, a system that was built initially by NASA scientists. So really great technology that is now available to us. And it is aeroponics. So through a system of water dripping down the tower, inside the tower, it will feed the roots of the fruits, vegetables, and herbs. And it's in a closed circuit. You have a tank, a reservoir of water at the bottom, and with a pump, it goes up and it circulates like this and it drops down. So it's aeroponic with water. So it's a bit of a hybrid system between aeroponics and hydroponics. So you need to make sure that you check your tank of water, your reservoir, that the pH should be between, ideally, I was told yesterday 6. 6 is the magic number, or you could have it between 5.5 and 6.5, but yesterday we were discussing that 6 seems to be a magic number. So make sure you test it at least once a week in the reservoir. The other thing you need to check with the water is you need to renew your tank water approximately every 2 months. So every 2 months you need to empty your water reservoir and fill it up with a fresh one. So it's not something difficult to do. We are provided the tube when we order the Tower Garden. We just plug it in at the top of the tower, and with the pump it will pump out the water. It should take about 10 minutes. That's one way to do it, and another way is simply to unscrew the screws of the water tank, bring the tower to the side, the fruits, vegetables, and then just tip over the water reservoir. So that's the third tip that we were discussing yesterday. So first one, when bringing indoors your tower, the lighting. Second is the air. Third one is keep check of your water. So water pH every week, check it out. Every 2 months, change the water. And also there was the EH to check for the water. Did we discuss anything else for that? For the maintenance and the preparation for winter, we didn't. So that shouldn't affect or break the growth of your Tower Garden. If you are interested in finding out more about Tower Garden, do get in touch. You can also come and visit and see mine in Brentford, or we have one in Earls Court. You can do that anytime on appointment, or you can also join us at the Tower Garden Farm every month at Applegarth in Guildford. We are also super excited because we are going to launch officially Tower Garden UK. We were during the soft launch phase so far, and it's actually launching next week Tuesday. There is a video call all about it. I will share the details in the comments. Feel free to join the video call. We also discussed about the schools, how we have an amazing program coming up involving vertical growing for schools. So vertical growing program, learning educational program for schools, secondary schools. And this is all very exciting. I'm personally going to get involved in this because this is really something I'm really keen on bringing to the schools. So if you are a teacher, if you are part of the management team in a secondary school, do get in touch with me. We are putting learning packages and practical sessions with the tower gardens, vertical planting. So that's really exciting. We also discussed a few other things. We are welcoming new business partners. So if you are interested in getting involved in this revolutionary way of growing, please do get in touch with me. I would love to get you involved. That's it for me. That's all the news, the updates. We have the next visit next month, as I said. But in the meantime, feel free to get in touch. You can come down to Brentford, visit mine, or we also have one in our HQ in Earls Court. Voila, that's it for me. Have a lovely weekend, everyone. And feel free to get in touch if you have any questions. Bye. Au revoir.